Hi guys, this is Julian from doingenglish.com, and good morning, good afternoon, or of course even good evening, depending on where you are tuning in from right now. Today is another in the 101 English Learning Questions series. Today's question is, how many words should I know to speak English well? Now, this was a question asked me by someone in the Can I Learn English Alone video, and I can't remember who asked the question. This is a very common question, though. How many words should I know to speak English well? And I will kind of give you an answer, but I'm also going to say that I kind of think this is a bit of a pointless question in a way. It's actually a question without an answer that, if you think about it even just a little bit, doesn't really make much sense. I mean, for example, how many clothes do I need to be fashionable? How many books do I need to read to be considered well read? How many pieces of pasta do I need to use to make a spaghetti bolognese? How many friends do I need before I'm popular? How many flowers do I need before I have a beautiful garden? The answer to all of these questions is quite simply, well, it depends. But more to the point, these questions all miss the point. Having a beautiful garden is nothing to do with the quantity of flowers that you have. Making a spaghetti bolognese? It's not the quantity of pasta that makes a good spaghetti bolognese. Friends? Well, presumably it's quality of friends that's more important than quantity of friends. But anyway, it would be relevant to the situation. Same with English and vocabulary. You'll see a lot of figures thrown around where, well, you've probably heard of the 80-20 principle. And in linguistics, that's called Zipf's law. Language is Zipfian, meaning a few words are used the vast majority of the time. The figure that you'll often see is about 2,500 to 3,000 words are used about 90% of the time. To an extent, yes, this is true. But where this gets difficult is that these counts are based on databanks of very, very general language, covering a very, very broad spectrum of topics. But what happens is if you zoom in on any one particular topic, you'll find that the most frequent, most common, most useful words for that topic change. So the 2,500 words that are most common for everyday language actually aren't really that common, because we don't talk about just everything in general all the time. We speak about specific topics, whether it's the weather, whether it's our job, whether we're talking about what we saw on TV last night. These are all specific topics, and the most frequent, most useful words for those will change depending on the topic. So the answer to the question, how many words do you need to speak English well, is irrelevant, because it depends. It depends on what you want to speak about. And anyway, as I've said in previous videos, vocabulary, well, of course it's useful. I mean, I'm not saying don't learn vocabulary. You absolutely should learn vocabulary. More vocabulary is always better than not enough vocabulary. But most of the time, people's problems don't come down to needing more vocabulary. Most people at the level where they can understand videos on doing English already have all the vocabulary that they need. What they don't have is the ability to combine those words into highly frequent, native-like chunks and phrases and expressions. That is much, much more important than just learning more words. It's a misconception that more words will make you speak better. Although, of course, again, the disclaimer there is that, yes, all else being equal, more words is gonna be better than less words. So, as with the previous video that I mentioned about learning English vocabulary, my advice here, again, is to concentrate on learning language that surrounds topics, the topics that you want to speak about, topics that are common in your situation. Concentrate first and foremost on learning language around topics. This is also what we do in the Doing English Plus program. Each week I present a new topic, a new conversation. We use conversation-based stories. Basically, they're stories that contain a lot of dialogue, and each one focuses on a specific topic, a specific situation, and each week we focus on the language used in that situation. Over time, you build up more and more examples of the same language used in different situations for different topics, and you learn to speak about a lot of different things using a relatively small number of words. This is what native speakers do. Native speakers are not going out learning millions and millions of words. And in fact, most native speakers know the average, I think, or the estimate is about 25,000 words at the point where they graduate university. So that's a lot of words, I guess, compared to what most non-native speakers know. But it's actually not that many. It works out at about 1,000 words a year. But the point here is that 80% of those words, they don't use most of the time. They only use a fairly small number of them. Right, if you liked today's video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like today's video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you, my friend, at the same time tomorrow, every day, 5 p.m. JST, which is about 8 a.m. GMT. Thank you, and goodbye. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 50. Is that enough for a spaghetti bolognese? Oh, 53.5. 53 and a half. Okay. 52, 51, 52, 53. Okay, 53 and a half. Is that alright?